We're in Rome, Georgia, y'all. And this is the forum. Usually when I'm here, there's bull riding, there's rodeos, there's rock concerts and country concerts. There's wild men fighting it out. There's redneck brawls. But tonight, Donald J. Trump is going to be in the house. That's right.
We love you, Marjorie.
Oh, I love y'all. I love y'all. And I got to tell you, thank you. You know, I have to tell you, it's been an honor of my lifetime to serve all of you, and I have to thank you so much for sending me to Washington. I'm fighting hard as I possibly can for all of the things that we believe in. So I thank you. I thank you. You know, in 2015, let's roll it back. When we said, "Make America Great Again," they were offended. In 2016, Trump won and defeated Hillary Clinton. That's right. Oh, and they were offended. Hillary called us all deplorables because they were so offended. Remember that? Well, then we said, "Put America first." And those words offended them. Trump would tweet, and oh boy, was everyone offended at that. I tell you what, I'd give anything for some good old Trump tweets. Hey, you know, you can find him on Truth Social. You know where he's at. We said, "Build the wall," and they were offended. We said, "Back the blue," and they were offended. Right? Trump ended the foreign wars. He brought our embassy to Jerusalem. He made the Abraham Accords. He brought world peace. And apparently, they were offended. President Trump built a strong economy, and everyone had hope for the future. And they were offended. And then, President Trump said, "We're going to keep America great." And they were offended. Imagine that. All we wanted was for our government to work for all of us, for our hard-earned tax dollars to be used for Americans, for American purposes, and to solve our problems and save our country. But they were offended. They refused to put America first. So you want to know something? I'm offended. We are offended. That's right. They put us $34 trillion and we are offended. In debt. We are offended by that. They forced us to take a vaccine instead of giving us a choice, and we are offended. That's right. They shut down our businesses. They shut down our schools. They shut down our churches. They shut down the playgrounds, the gyms. And they hurt so many Americans, and we are still offended. They demonized and defunded our police. Oh yeah, we're offended. And now criminals roam city streets, and it's not safe. It's not safe anywhere. From New York to Chicago, to Texas, to California, to Washington, it's not safe because defunding the police does not work. We support our police. Right. And then they put men in women's sports, and we are offended. They put men in women's bathrooms and little girls' bathrooms. Oh yeah, we're offended. They put put drag queens in charge of story time. You better bet we're offended. They put pornographic books in our libraries and our schools, and they even claim that men can give birth. You better bet we're offended. They claim there are infinite genders when we all know God created only two. God created Adam and Eve. That's right. That's right. And now Democrats have been coming after our kids with gender lies, puberty blockers, and surgeries that permanently damage their bodies before they're ever even grown up. You better bet we're offended. But you want to know something? They have weaponized our government. The government that every single one of you, your hard-earned money funds that government. And now our Department of Justice and FBI has been weaponized against pro-life protesters, parents wanting to hold their school boards accountable, Catholics attending Latin Mass, and election protesters that showed up to the Capitol on January 6th because we said our elections matter and they should be safe and fair. This is not a communist country. And our government should not behave like communists. But right now, in the United States of America, this weaponized government has turned into the political arm of Joe Biden's campaign and is going after our favorite president, Donald J. Trump. We're offended. You better bet we're offended. Should never, ever happen. This week at the State of the Union, when Gold Star father Steve Nakui stood up in the House chamber during the State of the Union and he cried out his son's name, Lance Corporal Kareem Nakui, and he was dragged out of the House chamber, arrested and charged. That's right. Oh, we are deeply offended. Deeply. But there was one thing that happened during the State of the Union this week, is when I saw Joe Biden walking down the aisle, I held up this pen. I held up this pen. Because one of our girls, one of our sweet Americans, a beautiful 22-year-old girl, studying to be a nurse because all she wanted to do was help people. She just wanted to help people her entire life. And her life was taken by an illegal alien, a monster that should have never been in our country. But when I saw Joe Biden, I showed him this pen and I said, say her name. Say her name. Say her name. Laken Riley, say her name. And then during his speech, after nearly 50 minutes in, he hadn't talked about the open border. He had not even mentioned it. So I yelled from my seat, say her name. And then he butchered her name. He didn't even he mispronounced it, didn't even say it right. He said Lincoln. Her name is Laken Riley. But you want to know what he did say? He said she was an American murdered by an illegal. That's right. Even Joe Biden was forced to tell the truth. That is the truth. And that is the state of our union, ladies and gentlemen. That is the state of our union. Well, the reason why we are all here today is because we support a president. We support President Trump that we know we can put back in the White House, and he will end this garbage now. That's right. USA, 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 USA. That's right. That's right. This is Northwest Georgia. Northwest Georgia is Trump country. That's right. You're not going to tell me that Trump didn't win Georgia. Whew. No. We have a job. Let me tell you something. We have a job like no other going into 2024, and you all know how important it is. Georgia is a key state. It is a key state in this election, and Georgia, oh my sweet Georgia, you are on my mind. On my mind. And always in my heart. In my heart. I'm going to do everything I can, not only right here at home, but all over the state of Georgia. We are going to work as hard as possible to deliver our state for Donald J. Trump. That's right. We are going to defeat the Democrats. We're going to send Joe Biden back into a retirement home where he belongs. And the most important thing we're going to do Yep. You know, you guys saw that video of Joe Biden when he saw me this week at the State of the Union. This is the hat I had on. There's nothing that scares him worse than a MAGA hat. So I wear mine proudly, and I hope you wear yours proudly. Let's vote for Donald J. Trump. Let's save America.